Have you ever stopped to consider that nearly every death after the age of 75 can be traced back to just a handful of causes? It might sound unbelievable, but the reality is that most of these fatalities aren't simply meant to be as part of aging. They're often linked to risks we can actually influence. Far too many of us accept the idea that deterioration and illness are unavoidable as we grow older. But the truth is, by understanding the top threats to our health, we gain the power to act early and shape a future where we're stronger, more active, and in charge of our own well-being. Today's video dives into the 5 primary culprits behind the overwhelming majority of deaths among those over 75. You may find that while some of these risks are familiar, others could completely catch you off guard. But here's the kicker. Recognizing these dangers isn't just about knowing statistics. It's about realizing that you have the power to make life-changing decisions. When you understand what really puts your health on the line, you're far more likely to implement changes that can extend your independence and enrich your quality of life. Stay with me as we break down these 5 areas of risk. I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll see that these outcomes are not set in stone. Many have already turned things around by making just a few thoughtful adjustments to their daily routines. If you're serious about maintaining your strength, independence, and vibrancy well into your later years, then you're in the right place. Let's dive in and start turning knowledge into action. 1. Heart disease, the silent strain. Let's kick things off with heart disease, the #1 cause of death for those over 75. It might surprise you to learn how much control you actually wield over your heart's fate. Think of your heart as a hardworking muscle that needs regular exercise and proper nourishment to stay strong. Over time, neglect can wear it down, and the consequences can be dire. Many people mistakenly dismiss symptoms like fatigue, mild shortness of breath, or a slight slowing down as just part of getting older, without realizing these could be early signs that your heart isn't performing at its best. One of the primary offenders in heart-related issues is high blood pressure. This condition, often dubbed the silent killer, exerts a constant strain on your arteries. Over the years, this extra pressure forces your heart to work overtime, which can eventually lead to serious complications like heart attacks or strokes. And the frustrating part is that high blood pressure rarely announces itself with any dramatic symptoms. It creeps up quietly until a catastrophic event forces your attention. Equally problematic is the impact of a poor diet. For decades, the modern diet, laden with processed foods, excessive salt, and unhealthy fats, slowly clogs up your arteries, limits circulation, and weakens the very muscle that should keep you going strong. It's not simply about avoiding the foods that harm you. It's also about embracing those that help fuel a healthy heart. Think vibrant fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids that work to keep your heart's engine running efficiently. And then there's the issue of inactivity. Our hearts are not built for a sedentary life. When we sit for too long and skip out on regular movement, we lose the beneficial effects of physical activity. Even moderate exercise such as brisk walking, gentle stretching, or even light resistance training can make a significant difference. It's these small, daily decisions that cumulatively determine whether your heart stays resilient or gradually falters under the strain. What many overlook is the idea that heart disease is not a predetermined fate. Yes, you might know someone who suffered a heart attack, but that doesn't mean your destiny is sealed. By making conscientious, everyday choices, adopting a balanced diet, staying active, and managing stress, you're taking proactive steps that keep your heart robust for many years to come. Imagine the relief of knowing that each small change you make today could lead to decades more of quality, active living. That's the real power behind prevention. 2 falls and injuries, the unexpected trip. Now, let's shift our focus to something that isn't a disease at all, but can be just as dangerous: falls and injuries. Picture this. One moment, you're moving confidently through your day, and the next, a small misstep turns into a devastating fall. For anyone over 75, a simple trip can quickly escalate into a severe injury that might alter life forever. Falls are far more than mere accidents. They are, in fact, one of the leading causes of injury-related deaths among seniors. What starts as what seems like a minor tumble can lead to fractured hips, head injuries, or other complications that result in long-term immobility. A hip fracture, for instance, isn't just a broken bone. It often signals months of painful recovery, a loss of independence, and an increased vulnerability to infections and other serious conditions. As we age, our balance, muscle strength, and reflexes naturally decline. These changes occur gradually, so you might not notice any significant difference in your day-to-day life, until suddenly, a moment of dizziness or a misstep sends you sprawling. And here's a critical point. Once your body's ability to bounce back from such falls weakens, even a seemingly harmless stumble can lead to life-altering outcomes. A further complication is the psychological impact. Many seniors, after experiencing even one near fall, develop a fear of falling. This fear often leads them to restrict their movements, which in turn causes muscles to weaken even further. A vicious cycle that ironically makes falls even more likely. What's needed is proactive prevention. Simple modifications like adding secure handrails, improving lighting, using non-slip rugs, and even rearranging furniture to create clear, open pathways can make a huge difference in everyday safety. Medication side effects can also play a hidden role in increasing the risk of falls. Some prescriptions may cause dizziness, drowsiness, or changes in blood pressure that, while seemingly benign, actually impair your balance. If you've ever gotten up too quickly and felt unsteady, that's your body signaling that something may be off with your medication or overall health. Regularly reviewing your medications with your doctor can be an essential step in minimizing fall risk. In the end, while falls may appear sudden and unpredictable, they aren't a foregone conclusion. With awareness and strategic prevention measures, you can drastically reduce your risk. A few simple adjustments today could mean preserving your independence and mobility for many more years. And if you're finding this information helpful, please take a moment to leave a comment with number 2 below and share your thoughts. Your feedback truly inspires us to keep producing content that matters. 3. Respiratory diseases, the struggle to breathe. Now, let's talk about a challenge many of us never think twice about until it becomes a serious issue: our ability to breathe. Breathing, something we assume is effortless, becomes increasingly labored as our lungs lose efficiency with age. For many over 75, respiratory diseases aren't just about the occasional cough. They represent a significant threat to overall health. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, which includes both emphysema and chronic bronchitis, is one of the most common respiratory problems among seniors. Over time, the airways become inflamed and constricted, making each breath a struggle. What often starts as a frequent cough or slight wheezing can quickly escalate into a full-blown crisis, especially if left unaddressed. Many seniors mistakenly attribute these early symptoms to natural aging, not realizing that early intervention could make a substantial difference. Pneumonia is another serious respiratory threat. What begins as what seems like a mild chest infection can spiral into a dangerous condition, particularly for those whose immune systems are already compromised by age. Pneumonia isn't simply an illness, it's a potential emergency that can lead to rapid deterioration and even hospitalization. The stakes are even higher when pneumonia combines with other chronic conditions that many seniors face. Poor air quality is yet another factor that chips away at lung health over the years. Whether it's from outdoor pollutants or indoor irritants like mold, dust, or pet dander, The quality of the air you breathe can significantly impact your respiratory system. Even in the comfort of your home, small changes, like investing in an air purifier, ensuring proper ventilation, and keeping your living space clean, can make a substantial difference in safeguarding your lungs. Physical activity plays a critical role here too. Many don't realize that the lungs, much like other muscles in the body, need exercise to stay efficient. When you move, your lungs expand more fully, helping to clear mucus and strengthen the respiratory system overall. On the flip side, prolonged periods of inactivity can reduce lung function and leave you more susceptible to infections and chronic conditions. Vaccinations are also a key part of keeping respiratory diseases at bay. Flu shots, pneumonia vaccines, and other immunizations may seem like small preventative measures, but they can dramatically reduce the risk of severe respiratory infections. It's not just about warding off a temporary illness. It's about protecting a vital system that sustains you every single day. The bottom line is that respiratory health shouldn't be taken for granted. By staying active, ensuring clean air, and keeping up with vaccinations, you're doing more than just warding off a cough. You're laying the foundation for a longer, healthier life. And remember, the actions you take today will help ensure that breathing remains a source of strength rather than a struggle in your golden years. 4 strokes, the sudden life changer. There's nothing more jarring than the sudden onset of a stroke. In a split second, a stroke can change everything, altering not only how you move or speak, but also impacting your entire quality of life. It's one of the most frightening health events, and for seniors over 75, its consequences can be especially severe. Yet, the reality is that many strokes can be prevented if we pay attention to early signs and risk factors. A stroke occurs when the blood supply to the brain is abruptly disrupted. This can happen either because a blood vessel becomes blocked by a clot or bursts under high pressure. When the brain is starved of oxygen, damage starts almost immediately. Even a brief interruption can lead to long-lasting impairment, and in many cases, the damage is irreversible. Some strokes are minor and may cause only temporary confusion or slight weakness, but others can leave a person with permanent disabilities or even prove fatal. One of the main culprits behind strokes is high blood pressure, an insidious condition that often goes unnoticed until it has already wreaked havoc. Much like with heart disease, high blood pressure silently damages blood vessels, making them more susceptible to blockages or ruptures. The irony is that many seniors have no idea they're at risk because the condition often manifests without any overt symptoms. Another contributing factor is irregular heart rhythm, such as atrial fibrillation. This condition causes the heart to beat erratically, allowing blood to pool and form clots. When one of these clots dislodges and travels to the brain, it can spark a stroke in an instant. Regular medical checkups can catch these irregularities early, and appropriate treatment, whether it's medication or lifestyle adjustments, can make all the difference. Diet and lifestyle are key players in stroke prevention as well. A diet high in processed foods, excessive sodium, and unhealthy fats can lead to clogged arteries and increased blood pressure, paving the way for a stroke. Conversely, embracing a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains not only benefits your heart but also your brain. Even simple changes like reducing salt intake and increasing hydration can have a profound impact over time. Don't overlook the importance of recognizing mini-strokes or transient ischemic attacks, TIAs. These brief episodes of neurological dysfunction, often dismissed as fleeting moments of confusion or blurred vision, serve as crucial warning signs. Paying attention to these subtle cues and seeking prompt medical advice can be a lifesaver, literally. It's essential to remember that while strokes may strike without warning, the risk factors associated with them are largely manageable. Monitoring your blood pressure, keeping an eye on your heart rhythm, and making healthy dietary choices are all steps you can take right now to lower your risk. The prospect of a stroke may be frightening, but knowledge truly is power, and the decisions you make today can shield you from tomorrow's uncertainties. 5. Cognitive decline, the invisible threat. The final piece of our puzzle is perhaps the most emotionally charged: cognitive decline and its far-reaching consequences. As we age, many of us begin to notice subtle changes in our memory, judgment, and overall mental sharpness. While occasional forgetfulness is natural, a gradual decline in cognitive function can have devastating impacts, not only on the mind, but on every aspect of daily life. Cognitive decline encompasses a spectrum of issues, from mild memory lapses to more severe forms like dementia and Alzheimer's disease. These conditions do more than rob us of cherished memories. They also compromise our ability to manage day-to-day tasks. Whether it's remembering to take your medication, keeping track of appointments, or even simply preparing a meal, the loss of cognitive ability can make previously routine activities overwhelming. What's especially heartbreaking is that cognitive decline doesn't announce itself with fanfare. The changes are often so subtle at first that they're mistaken for normal aging. You might notice a slight difficulty following a conversation or misplacing everyday items, small signs that, over time, can snowball into a significant health challenge. And as cognitive function diminishes, the risk of accidents and self-neglect increases dramatically. Forgetting to turn off the stove, wandering away from home, or failing to notice symptoms of other medical conditions are all potential hazards that come with declining mental acuity. There is, however, a silver lining. Research and personal stories alike show that cognitive decline is not an inevitable part of aging. In fact, there are proven strategies that can slow down this process and help maintain a sharp mind. The key is to keep your brain as active as possible. Engage in activities that challenge you, whether it's reading, learning a new language, solving puzzles, or engaging in lively discussions with friends and family. These mental exercises help create new neural pathways and keep your mind agile. But it isn't just about mental activity. Physical movement plays a pivotal role too. Regular exercise increases blood flow to the brain, supports new cell growth, and helps ward off conditions that can accelerate cognitive decline. Even gentle activities like daily walks or light stretching routines can yield significant benefits. Additionally, social interactions are a cornerstone of mental health. Staying connected with others not only reduces feelings of isolation and depression, but also stimulates cognitive functions in ways that solitary activities simply can't match. Diet, again, is a critical factor. A well-balanced diet rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins supports brain health in ways that processed and sugar-laden foods simply do not. Incorporating foods like leafy greens, berries, nuts, and fish into your meals can bolster your brain's resilience against the stresses of aging. In short, nurturing your brain is just as important as caring for your body. By taking a proactive stance toward cognitive health through mental, physical, and social engagement, you're not merely preventing memory loss. You're investing in a future where you remain independent, sharp, and fully capable of enjoying life's pleasures. Every conversation you have, every book you read, and every step you take contributes to a healthier, more vibrant brain. Conclusion: turning knowledge into action. As we wrap up today's deep dive, take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed. From heart disease to falls, respiratory problems, strokes, and cognitive decline, the 5 main culprits behind the majority of deaths after 75 are challenges that can be met head-on with the right knowledge and actions. The truth is that none of these outcomes are set in stone. While aging comes with its own set of inevitable changes, The risks we face are largely influenced by our daily choices. Imagine a future where you're not simply waiting for the inevitable, but actively steering your health toward a more robust, independent, and fulfilling life. Whether it's choosing heart-healthy meals, incorporating a bit more exercise into your routine, or staying socially and mentally active, every small decision you make adds up. These are not just health tips. They're actionable steps that can transform your later years from a time of decline into a period of renewed strength and possibility. I encourage you to take a hard look at your daily habits. Are there areas where you could make minor tweaks that might result in major improvements down the road? Perhaps it's scheduling that extra walk, reevaluating your medication with your doctor, or simply reaching out to a friend for a chat. The key takeaway here is that you have more control than you think, and every positive change, no matter how small, counts. Before we sign off, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below sharing one new insight you gained from this video or one step you plan to take to safeguard your health. Your experiences and perspectives matter, and they can help build a community where we all learn and grow together. If you found this video insightful, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss out on our future discussions. Your support not only motivates us, but also helps spread awareness that could change lives. Remember, aging doesn't have to mean giving in to decline. With every healthy choice, you're adding a layer of protection against these common health threats. Let this be a call to action, a reminder that today is the best day to start making decisions that will empower you tomorrow. Your health, independence, and quality of life are worth every effort. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope this video has inspired you to take a closer look at your habits and perhaps make one small change that could lead to decades of improved well-being. Stay informed, stay proactive, and above all, stay true to the idea that you have the power to shape your future. Until next time, take care and keep moving forward. This script is crafted to be engaging from the start, peppered with practical advice, and designed to keep your viewers not only watching, but truly thinking about their own health. Remember, the decisions you make today can pave the way for a more active, fulfilling life tomorrow. Let's embrace the journey together and make our later years the best years yet. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to reading your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more content that inspires and informs, because every day is another chance to take control of your health and your future.